Losing a pet is one of those heart-wrenching experiences that leaves a hole in your life you never quite expected. You walk through the front door and the silence is deafening. No jingling collar, no excited barking, and no rhythmic purring to greet you. In that heavy quiet, a question often starts to bubble up, and it usually brings a fair amount of guilt with it. Is it okay to get another pet? If you are asking yourself this right now, I want you to take a deep breath and know that you are not being disloyal. You are not trying to replace a family member who is irreplaceable. You are simply navigating the complex journey of love after loss. The transition from having a constant companion to an empty home is jarring. For many of us, our pets are our primary emotional support and our daily routine. When they leave us, the loss of that routine can be just as painful as the loss of their presence. It is completely natural to want to fill that void. However, the timing of bringing a new animal into your home is a deeply personal decision that does not have a one-size-fits-all answer. Some people find that their heart starts to heal the moment they give a new animal a home, while others need months or even years to process their grief before they could even think about another pet. Both of these paths are perfectly valid. One of the biggest hurdles people face is the feeling of guilt. You might feel like getting a new dog or cat is a betrayal of the one you just lost. You might worry that by welcoming a new face into your home, you are somehow saying that your previous pet did not matter or that their memory is fading. But here is the truth about love. Love is not a finite resource like a tank of gas. You do not run out of it. Love is more like a flame. Using one candle to light another does not make the first flame any less bright. In fact, it just brings more light into the room. Choosing to love another animal is actually a beautiful tribute to the pet you lost. It means they taught you so much about companionship and joy that you want to keep that cycle going. So how do you know if you are actually ready? A good sign of readiness is when you start thinking about what you can give to a new pet, rather than just what a new pet can do to stop your pain. If you are looking for a new animal solely to act as a bandage for your grief, you might find yourself disappointed when that new pet acts exactly like themselves instead of acting like the one you lose. Every animal has a unique personality, a different set of quirks, and a distinct way of showing affection. You are ready when you feel you have the emotional space to love a new animal for exactly who they are, without constantly comparing them to the one who passed away. It is also important to consider the other members of your household. If you have other pets, they are grieving too. Some animals benefit greatly from a new companion to distract them and provide social interaction, while others might feel stressed or overwhelmed by a new rival while they are still mourning their friend. Watch their behavior closely. Are they lethargic, looking for their buddy, or acting out? Sometimes a new addition can revitalize an aging or lonely pet, but you have to gauge the specific temperament of your surviving animals. The same goes for the humans in your house. Everyone processes grief at a different speed. If your partner or children are still in the raw stages of loss, bringing a new pet home too soon might feel like an intrusion rather than a comfort. If you feel like you are not quite ready for a full commitment, but the silence in your home is too much to bear, you might consider fostering. Fostering is a wonderful way to test the waters while saving a life. It allows you to provide a temporary home for an animal in need without the immediate pressure of a lifelong commitment. Sometimes, a foster pet helps bridge the gap between loss and a new beginning. You might find that the presence of a foster animal helps you realize you're ready to open your heart again, or it might confirm that you still need a little more time to heal. Either way, you are doing something incredibly kind in the memory of your late pet. When you do decide to bring a new pet home, be prepared for a wave of mixed emotions. It is very common to feel a sudden surge of sadness for your previous pet right when the new one arrives. You might look at the new puppy playing with a toy and suddenly burst into tears because you remember your old dog doing the same thing. This is normal. It does not mean you made a mistake. It just means your heart is doing two things at once, mourning the past and embracing the future. Give yourself permission to feel both. You can love your new pet with all your heart while still missing your old friend every single day. One practical tip for navigating this transition is to avoid looking for a clone. It can be tempting to search for an animal that looks exactly like the one you lost, but this often leads to unfair expectations. If the new pet looks like a twin but acts completely differently, it can lead to frustration or a sense of detachment. Try to look for an animal with a different coat color, or perhaps even a different breed. This helps your brain distinguish the new relationship as its own unique chapter. It allows you to build a fresh bond based on this new individual's specific personality. Remember that there is no trophy for waiting the longest, and there is no shame in moving quickly. If you find a connection at a shelter 2 weeks after your pet passes, and it feels right in your gut, then it is right. If you need 2 years to sit with your memories before you can even look at a photo of a pet for adoption, that is also right. Your journey through grief is yours alone. The bond you shared with your pet was unique, and the way you honor that bond is entirely up to you. Ultimately, getting another pet is an act of hope. It is an acknowledgement that despite the pain of loss, the joy of companionship is worth it. Our pets teach us so much about living in the moment, about unconditional love, and about the beauty of simple things like a walk in the park or a nap in the sun. By opening your home again, you are putting those lessons into practice. You are saying that the love you shared with your previous pet was so wonderful that you want to share that kind of love again. If you are struggling with this decision right now, please be gentle with yourself. You have been through a lot. Take your time, listen to your heart, and don't let anyone else tell you what the right timeline should be. When the time is right, you will know. You will see a pair of eyes or a wagging tail that sparks something inside you, and you will realize that your heart has grown just a little bit bigger to make room for a new friend. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Dealing with the loss of a pet is incredibly difficult, and I hope these thoughts have brought you some comfort or clarity. If you found this helpful, please consider following for more heart-to-heart conversations about life with our animal companions. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.